But with this thing also, I meant, will you feel like would you settle for just one?
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock friend.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of this show is the genuine Hasbro love.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shattered.
A to B.
Shattered Uncut. Is that you? Shattered Cast.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast Uncut.
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Shattered Cast Uncut. This is episode 197, correct?
Yay.
I believe so. And it's going to be a small cast tonight because Robert D has finally contracted some kind of disease from all the knockoff toys and the lead-based plastic that he constantly brings into his house. And Bobby, he's just a little upset of getting made fun of for the skull face thing. So I think with Halloween in full kick, he's out trying to find a new face mask. So if you have any suggestions, go ahead, put that in the comments below. Yeah, so with me tonight, besides myself, of course, you hear him laughing in the background. We have the one and only Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
Hey there, everybody. All right. It's going to be a good show tonight.
It is going to be a good show. It's definitely going to be a good show. And, of course, we also have the one and only Greg for Mercy.
Hey, everybody. I had a rough day in court. How's it going?
Yeah, so that's it. That's all of us. 3 of us. So I'm doing well. So I guess.
How you doing?
Justin, what'd you have for dinner?
What did I have for dinner? I had some black bean burgers and some Spanish-style rice. It was delicious.
Not a fan of the black bean burgers, but I am a fan of veggie burgers every once in a while.
Yeah.
So.
How about you? I heard you had some frozen chicken nuggets.
No, I just said that shit. I made that up.
Oh, I thought you really had them.
No.
Bad.
No. I was actually a reference to Bobby Can't Make the Show face. I kept seeing his face pop up, so I was trying to get his attention.
He's a little lurker, isn't he?
He likes the frozen nuggets. Dinosaur shaped if possible.
I have heard such things. So.
Do you know what's actually kind of ironic about that?
What's that?
In 100,000 years, future humans are going to dig up dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets and Bobby's skeleton, and they're going to wonder what the fuck is going on.
There were dinosaurs, but they were so tiny. No? All right. I'll recycle that one later.
That sounds good.
We've got at least another hour and a half. You can use that again. Someone's
got to go ahead and fill in for Robert, so we should be doing fine. We're off to a good start, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, I guess we won't delay it too much more. What'd you get this week, Matt?
Absolutely nothing.
Matt, we're trying.
I'm on a hiatus from right now. I know. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, usually I post my haul, so yeah, I didn't get anything this week. Sorry.
No big deal. Greg, did you get something, or are you gonna be disappointing too?
No, I did. I'm trying to think. It's odd that I didn't get anything other than this, but last night I ran to the store for cat litter, and I found the Black Series Maz Kanata and Old Lady Leia that I was looking for.
Oh, that's where you found it? Where'd you find it?
I guess they just randomly put like a single case out, and they had the Poe too, but I didn't get it because I felt bad spending $60 on fucking action figures. At Meijer, it's like Amish Walmart.
Okay.
It's a Midwest thing.
Right.
And I think that's all I got. I feel like I should have gotten something else, but it's been kind of light. I'm kind of broke, so.
Did you get your Omega yet? The full one?
No.
Okay. I thought you did.
No. I would have told you if I did, Matt.
Well, I thought you did. Well, I've seen some of your stuff, and I know you said you got an order or something, right? Or something like that. Or
I got Part A a couple weeks ago, But yeah, not part B. That's going to happen at some point. But
oh yeah, me too. Me too. Hey Justin, what'd you get, man?
You know what I got this week? I've got, if it works out, Robert D, who's recovering from his lead-based paint poisoning.
What?
Come on, Robert. He says he's gonna. There he is.
Is he gonna be?
Yo.
How's that lead-based paint?
Yo.
Huh?
That lead-based paint on your toys. How's it working out for you?
No, it's sucking dirty cock. I gotta stop. The doctor said.
It's funny. Robert couldn't. He's gonna spend the rest of the show talking about how bad he feels. He just couldn't fucking give up an opportunity.
The doctor was like, "Your throat is fucking red." How much dirty cock you been sucking?
You alright, man?
Yeah, I mean, the baby fell asleep. I'm not shivering, so I'm in a fever lull. So I figured, hey, you know what? See how far we can take this,
So does that mean I can just go now?
I heard Robert's hosting the show now.
You hit your quota. Can I just go? Can I quit now?
That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, eat some rotten nuggets. Now you feel like a big man.
So,
Robert.
What'd you get, Justin?
What'd you get, Robert?
I got the Iron Factory Combaticons. And,
very nice.
Huh?
Very nice. How are they?
Well, I got Swindle and Brawl, and it's funny. I don't mind it, but because it's not too bad, but there's a little bit of slight tolerance issues. You kind of have to break in the waist swivel. That's hard to explain, but you think there's no waist swivel, but then you realize, wait, it's just kind of stuck at first, and the arm rotation too. But once you kind of break it in, you pop the cherry, it's fine. And same thing with transformation. There's just slight tolerance issues, but once you go through it once or twice, they're not there anymore, which is kind of weird. But they're
how many of your toys do you take that approach to? Where you're just you just got to work it a little bit, and then just break it right in, and they're like, oh, I told you that panel came off.
Oh, look, that wasn't a ball joint.
You're supposed to parts for arms.
That wasn't a ball joint. Shit. I fucked up a Titan Returns, the Slug Slinger. There's a part at the end of the hand or the arm, and it attaches to the leg when it transforms into alt mode. And I forgot I left it in there, and I was trying to pull the leg like a Cabana Wars thing and open it up, and I just almost ripped that shit off and everything. So I kind of fucked up my Slug Slinger. But
that would have been a double waste of money.
Fuck you, man.
But you know what though? I'll tell you what. The articulation on these, Swindle especially, he can for a Legends figure, he can do a true walking pose, very articulated. Yeah, I mean these are nice so far. They have issues. They have slight issues, but they're Legends. So I mean, it's hard to tell what do you consider a glaring issue and what is forgivable.
Legends are the new Fans toys.
Speaking of which, I'll try to do it. My throat hurts. I got terminus giganticus puppy.
You don't have to do that, by the way, just so you know.
And I'm so excited about it. I just left him in the office because I was homesick today. And I was like, yay, he's there. I'm not going to fucking put him together today. I don't give a shit. So I've just got a guy cut in half, basically, put in boxes.
That's awesome.
Yep. So great. What's that, Justin?
I'm anxious to know if he has the leg flop that people have been, or at least one person posted.
Standing straight up?
Yeah.
And then you had the double conspiracy of it being a tin hat DX9 guy doing that on purpose.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he flops. I mean, he's so big.
He is, yeah, exactly. Well, you have to have the right stuff in there. I would hope they had the right things in there from the factory, but if it's not, then I'm sure we can fix it. So
I can explain that whole thing.
They loosened it because of the video review complaints?
No. The video... Okay, so I had Cody. Shout out to Cody. He helped me inadvertently out with this one. He said his stood like a champ, and he had his feet kicked out. So I said, I was like, well, was he? I heard he fought. Well, because I see it. I mean, he leans back Like, that's been a consistent thing people have said, right? Like, that's not like a conspiracy. Like, people have said he leans back. And then everyone said, oh, it's going to be the final release. He won't lean back. So he got the final release.
Fat Joganticus.
Man, Robert, if only you were the first person to say that, we could have patented that shit. So he patented that shit. Or trademark. Justin, which one? Trademark?
Trademark.
Nah, fuck. So, yeah. Okay, you get off on that one because the warrant was filled out wrong. So he was like, let me check for you. And he posted a video in this chat we're in, and his did, in fact, lean back a little bit. It did not enough to fall. But in that video, the guy was holding it by the legs. And it fell back. And if he hadn't been standing up, with the surface, well, you know what I mean? Like, if it hadn't been standing on a surface, it probably would have fallen back like that. But the fact it was in the guy's hands, it did. So I don't think it's that bad of an issue, but it definitely does lean back. So maybe over time that might happen. But that was the video. And the guy who shared that video, that wasn't his. He shared that from someone else. Like, that's just a guy looking for reviews. That guy, I started following him last week or the week before, and he definitely is just a guy looking for views. But he's not like, people are like, he's a conspiracy theorist, and he works for these people, and blah, 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 blah. And I've seen all sorts of shit, but yeah, he's just a guy that wants some views.
Yeah.
Well, what about, I wonder if, didn't they say that in the video reviews of the test shot that the thighs were too tight? The reviewers were saying that.
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that on TFW from somebody, but I would
hope that I would rather the ratchets be too tight than loosened, on such a big figure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I figured if mine actually does have the flop that people seem to experience, like, so be it. It'll be something that we can deal with later.
Nothing your local Ace Hardware won't.
Exactly.
Well, unless he's standing on the top of a Detox that is in the middle of your room, chances are this guy's going to have a wall behind him in your display.
Yeah,
right.
Mine will.
Yeah, so I don't think it's really going to be an issue.
Well, the wall behind Kronos didn't help him from not falling down numerous times off the shelf.
But when he fell, did he transform into a plane and fly to the floor?
He's so late. He pretty much glided right to the floor. So.
And lastly, I think it's a little controversial. This figure, I got the SXS Hot Flame. I think as more people get them and handle it, they'll see what I mean. He's not.
They didn't like him.
JC hated him. Yeah. Shout out to Catfish. I think he was a little at the far end of the spectrum of how you'd receive this figure.
I definitely think all those guys are on one end of the spectrum or another.
Wait. What's a spectrum?
That out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, he doesn't feel as the plastic feels like thinner than the SXS Blur, but he is more petite in certain ways. He's definitely as tall, but he has no kibble. Like, it's pretty impressive how he has zero kibble. He has a lot of little bits that come apart and rearrange to transform without there being any kibble. No, they don't come off. It's just he really splits apart into lots of different ways to transform. The problem, I think, is that the instructions are so bad. They're so bad you can't transform it using the instructions. Even if you watch JC's video, he just jump cut to the final transformation. And I was impressed because I couldn't get mine into alt mode. I saw
your pictures. You were complaining about it, and you had his arms like fucking assholes to elbows, like up over his head.
Yep. But the real complaint I would have about it, aside from the instructions, because once somebody figures out how to really and shows how to actually transform it fully, thanks for that, Catfish. You could have fucking shown how you did it. The only complaint is just it's weird. It's not what you're used to. Like, it doesn't have that MMC feel or the SXS blur feel where you don't. It's just like stuff is really solid and just moves certain ways, and you got to figure it out. This is just, it feels more delicate. It doesn't feel cheap. It just feels more delicate. And I'm okay with that because this thing looks so clean. I mean, he made a big deal about the screws on the back. I mean, I can look at many figures and see fucking screws, you know, but
screws.
It looks nice. So I'm really, it's weird. It's kind of I'm still on the fence. I don't know what my feelings are about it. It looks great though.
Well, the blur I thought was a little too chunky. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a little
He was broad. He was a little broad.
Like, the plastic was a little thick. Like, I mean, I thought they tried a little too hard to redeem themselves. So, would you say that this figure might have been like an unfortunate step in the opposite direction?
Yes.
Regarding your complaints?
Maybe. That were my complaints.
They were fat shaming. Basically what they was.
Yeah, but I don't
Well,
even
yeah,
know if
that's
it's
one thing.
bad. I don't even know if it's bad. I mean, because it doesn't feel weak. It just feels petite. That's hard to explain because I don't have any stress marks. I've had figures with much thicker materials stress out on me, you know? So...
Have you touched the MMC one?
No.
I would say, which
But I
one
mean-
would you choose between those?
I don't know. But I mean, even though I had mostly into alt mode, not completely, transforming it back to robot mode took, you know, very, very short amount of time. You know, it was intuitive the other way. But,
Wasn't that intuitive?
No, going to
Arms
robot
the way
mode.
you
I mean.
had. Oh.
And I also got the Hot Soldiers Medical Officer Ambulance, the Ratchet.
Did you chase it around the room?
I did. I just put it on the floor and run
Pull
after it.
over. You're my new client.
And that's it. That's all that I got.
I pictured you put that on your floor and just stood there for an hour going, "Go, go,
move!
You're useless to me.
Go get me some money." Hey, Justin, did you get anything? Was that bringing in Robert?
I did. I ended up getting the Toy World Constructor, and I've been taking my time with it. I've only really looked at. I messed around with Unearth, their scavenger, and I took Hook out of the box, and that's all I've done with Hook. But I was super impressed with the scavenger, and he's like my least favorite Constructicon, you know? So,
yes?
like, I feel, like, I like him the least of all of them. But,
I like Scavenger.
Yeah, he does nothing for me. But, anyway, the fact that I like him so much, I think it feels good. Like, I feel like I'm going to really enjoy the set, because, like, if the worst one, to me, is a good character, then I think the rest will follow suit. So, pretty
That's
nice.
good,
and I like the size difference. Like, it really is noticeable, and it's kind of making me want to get in on the other size combiners. Like, I feel like the Menasor is fine, the transformation size, but like the other combiners, I think I need to upscale a little. So I think more things might end up going for sale at some point, but we'll see.
By the way, on eBay, if you want to go check it out, check out T2RX6's eBay.
That's right. You can, you know what? It's REZHAR. I don't know how I made that name when I was little, but that's what it's been for God knows how many years now. So,
Got a couple things up there. Thundercracker, go get that stuff.
Exactly, I have good stuff, so, you know, buy my things. So
yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it for what we've all got this week. Let's move on to some movie and show news.
There ain't
Let's
none.
see. Yeah, there is. There's at least one.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
okay.
it looks like coming November 14th, there's going to be a Titans Return cartoon series. Is this going to be a machinima type thing?
I think it's going to be the same thing.
It's machinima. Yeah. It's the second part of the trilogy.
That Go 90 thing. So.
Did Joe Nielsen do Hot Rod in the last one?
I didn't even watch the last one. I'm gonna be honest with you, Matt.
I was mainly asking Greg because I know he watched it, didn't he? Greg, you watched
Was
it, right?
Hot Rod even in the last one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that tells you how much of that I watched.
Oh, okay. I don't think Judd Nelson was the voice though. He may have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they kicked up some more money to try to get.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's not gonna work because it's still gonna suck.
So
they got Will Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Will.
Will Wheaton. They got Abby Trott. Whoever that is.
I hope once this show comes out, Will Wheaton gets a flash flood of shut up Wesley on Twitter.
Who's Matt Pat?
You don't
Matt Pat, you jerk.
You're Matt Pat.
I love Matt Pat. It's good stuff.
Is it? What is
it? He does. So he has a whole YouTube thing about like game theories and stuff like that. His stuff is.
Oh, he's on YouTube. Oh, well then he's automatically gonna go there.
Yeah, his stuff is pretty entertaining. So if you're into like video games and stuff like that, like he's got a really good channel.
Okay.
So yeah, he discusses like all these outlandish theories, like like how tall. Like I mean, some of the simpler ones is like Link is dead in Ocarina of Time, or no, the Majora's Mask game, and like has like all the proof to like back it up. Like it's really well done. So
okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
A cool channel.
Does he really have the proof to back it up?
He does. Yeah, I mean, like it's pretty well thought out. So I mean, it's Game Theorists on YouTube. It's pretty awesome. It's a great channel. It's one of my favorite things to watch. So highly recommend it.
Now, is Hyrule flat in Majora's Mask?
It is. Yeah, totally flat. Flatter.
Was Majora's Mask an inside job?
It was.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yep.
So, job.
Going back to this Titans Return thing, does anybody find it a little weird that we're still on Titans Return and not like Power of the Primes at this point?
I mean, they did the Combiner War stuff, and Titan Return was out. So, yeah. I mean, we'll get probably Power of the Primes next year, and then we'll already be on another line.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what's weird. Is like you don't like. I feel like half the reason G1 was as successful as it was is because we
came out with the toys and stuff.
Right, we had the toys at the same time as what you were, the source material. And in this case, it's like, yeah, we have the toys, and we'll go ahead and release the source material after you can't get the toys anymore. And why doesn't anybody care?
I kind of think that with the Cabana War stuff from last year, I think they kind of rushed into this. Like they jumped into it saying, oh, we got to get this stuff. Or, we have, because you can tell the way that it ended and all that stuff and the way they did it throughout the 6 episodes they had. I think they rushed it. So I'm guessing they were just, late to the game.
Right.
I thought the Combiner War stuff still came out a little too late. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's what he was saying. They came out. Titan Return was out when that came out. So now when this is out, Power of the Prime stuff is going to be out. So then next year, they'll probably have a Power of the Primes one, and then whatever the next line is, they'll probably have that stuff out. So they're kind of they're behind. I think they rushed everything out.
Well, to be fair, if you're a Titans or if you're a Combiner Wars fan, you can get that shit for like $5 a piece at Five Below.
Oh yeah,
your local Ross. So you might actually be the winner here. But
I'm gonna throw out a guess that the next Transformers line is gonna just be called Robots in Disguise again, because they seem to just constantly throw that one out just to confuse everybody on what you're actually watching.
No, it'll be called Victory.
I doubt that.
Who knows? Or Headmasters.
Hey, Justin.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of things that are going to end up at Five Below.
Yes, let's speak of things that should be at Five Below. Fans Toys.
Sorry.
Omega Sentinel. So that's they're just doing Terminus Gigantus in the ridiculous like blue and whatever colors. So I'll be interested to see how this one ends up selling, because it's such an expensive thing to have that like it's a weird to try to get a recolor on this, and like the price isn't discounted at all, right? Same.
No, it's like $359. $349.
Yeah, but it comes together. I guess. I mean, it comes in one big box, I guess.
Yeah, this is more than what I paid for my regular Omega Supreme. So, but there, you know what? In the thread, there's tons of people going, I don't know why, but I want to order this. And people are like, I pre-order. I don't understand why. I'm like, I got a pretty good idea why.
Dun dun dun.
But then if Hasbro repaints something, then they're like, cash grab.
Yeah.
And this is just strictly fandom. I'm not I'm not knocking Fans Toys for doing it because I'm sure some people want it. I'm not knocking anybody personally, but I'm just saying in general, like that seems to be the way of these things.
But with this thing also, I meant, will you feel like gratification? Would you settle for just one? I couldn't say gratification, whatever the word is.
Okay, if the other thing was too long, that should be the intro.
Yeah, it should be.
Did you say gratification or clarification? What did you say?
I don't know. I don't know what I said. But I mean, are you going to be happy with just one? Because when you saw them in the cartoon, there was like 3 of them.
Yep, there were.
So are you going to order 3 of them? Or are you just going to order that one just to?
And then people. I mean, I've seen people say, "I'll get one of these," and if DX9 does one, I'll get one of them, and then pretty soon you're addicted to heroin, and like. It's like, what do you do? You know, what do you do?
Whoever does this is going to realize they've hit rock bottom. They really are.
They're not going to have any furniture.
Now. You got to have that Bobby B space.
They're going to have any furniture. They're not going to have any food. Their kids are going to be gone. Their wife's going to be gone. And they're going to have like 3 of these blue fucking Fans Toys. And they're going to like, why didn't someone tell me?
How was I supposed to know that I was ruining my whole life?
On October, what's the day? 18th, 19th, October 20th, 2017, that I was making a poor decision in life.
Dude, you're gonna see somebody in a corner with a razor blade trying to cut off the paint, trying to, shoot it up in their fucking veins and stuff. Like, so good.
They're gonna try to sell it on Facebook and get like $100 for it.
Wait, what paint?
It'll have some little paint on it.
I don't have my Part A. It doesn't have a lot of paint.
No, it has a little bit, not too much.
Yeah, it's got those little warning signs and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm not knocking. I mean, it's a decent toy, but like when you're talking about $350 for obscure repaint that you need a troop build to really like look right, like that.
You need to buy a new house.
Yeah, it's just weird. This is getting into this is going to a place that I can't follow. I'm like Padme over here.
Yeah, I agree. This and it's just it's weird because it is so expensive. Like
Termanican.
Yeah, I just feel like the people who have the money to buy this type of thing, it's like you've got way more money than I have. So you go ahead and make whatever decision, or maybe you don't have more money, but at least you're making terrible decisions with your life. I don't know. I'm not.
And your big house is full of plastic.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm sorry, Robert. The picture you posted with the Ultra Magnus and Sea Spray and Inferno, are those knockoffs or are those legend figures?
Those are new legends. They weren't in the notes, so I figured I'd post the photos for you guys to look at. We can talk about it at some point during the third-party discussion.
Didn't we talk about these last week?
No.
Let's see.
Oh, well, they came out last week. Old news, motherfucker.
Where do I? Okay. I'll save it here. Let me save it here.
Oh yeah. Throw these in the note. Well, can somebody that has?
I don't have a link. I just saved the pictures.
Oh,
don't worry.
That's fine. We don't post the links.
I'll at least throw it in. That's what everybody says, but they're there. Jackasses.
They're in that black hole of Dame Chalk.
Yeah.
Dame Chalk where you like.
How big is that? Well, never mind. We'll get to it.
I like that Magnus. That Magnus looks good.
Yeah, if you look, you have the Unique Toys Hardhead.
Hardhead.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one that looks like shit, right?
Bobby loves it. That means you love it.
Yeah, I don't.
I like all 3 of them, man. They look really good.
All right,
it's like a fucking AC/DC edition. If you like big balls, you like those fucking elbows.
So are we talking about them now? Let's talk about them now.
Okay. I love some
AC/DC. More interested in what we were talking about before. What were we talking about earlier? I don't even remember.
Terminus
talking about the Sentinel.
Oh yeah. These are definitely. Let's
Terminus Repainticus.
So let me see these pictures. I think they look pretty good. The the Ultra Magnus though looks an awful lot like the Kabaya kit, the trailer. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the Kabaya kit. Greg, have you messed with it?
I am. I haven't messed with it, but I am familiar with it. He's a little lanky for my taste.
Mm-hmm.
I
like how
he looks bad.
I like how Inferno turns into a sideswipe when he transforms.
That's the magic. That's the magic in more than meets the eyes.
I'm super excited to see how they get the fire truck front end down to the Lamborghini front end. I'm all in.
I like how Magnus has a that super all of a sudden important ab crunch, even though it's just a giant ball joint.
Look at the chest. He's got that open mouth. Ooh.
How big is God, that sea spray? How little is that gonna be?
No, but like, so sea spray when he's standing next to everybody looks, I guess, proportional. But then like the alt mode looks enormous.
Yeah, he's bigger than. Well, he's up forward in front of Sideswipe, so he looks pretty big. He looks bigger than Sideswipe.
And I don't think this is I think this is a composite picture.
Yeah, maybe it's just cut and paste. They just put it all together. So
I think the Inferno looks good too. Or is that no? That's Inferno. I mean, I think it looks good. Oh, there are alt modes of they showed weird pictures. I saw these last week. I thought we talked about them for some reason. That's why I didn't add them, because there's an alt mode picture of Grapple. I said Grapple. I just said Grapple earlier because I'm so used to that fucking Hasbro toy. There is an alt mode picture. There's a robot mode of Inferno and an alt mode picture of Grapple, and I think there's a robot mode picture of the side swipes somewhere.
Oh, wow.
I like Grapple.
Who knows what these are going to be built like? Who knows what the materials will be like? They look nice.
Built like Legends figures. They're going to be built like toys in a factory by Chinese children.
They vary.
Is the company who's making these Magic Square? Is that the company?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's good to know a reputable name is behind it.
Exactly. Well, it's a new name. Who knows who it is, you know?
I'm going for unique toys.
Their logo.
I'm going for Keith.
Their logo is the
alien kid.
It's a zombie robot.
See, I agree with you, Justin, because they look really good. The sculpt is so good.
I'm going with Keith because I feel like he's stolen the Gundam underneath, for the KFC logo.
Gundam style.
And this time I feel like we're stealing an Ultraman. So.
Oh, breaking news. Yeah, that's that the green. Are you talking about the green little feller with the yellow eyes?
Yeah.
That's the kid from that dream sequence in that one episode where they go into another planet with Inferno and they get ravaged and they get in the ball pit. Remember that the kid, the little aliens?
Was this a dream that you had?
Yeah, this sounds like
no, that's an episode. No.
And then
it's an episode.
Falling.
It's they capture Ravage in Inferno and they put them in a little toy box. Man, fuck y'all. I know.
Oh right, I remember that now. Yeah.
When this happened, were you reading Word Up magazine?
Yes, I was actually.
So that it was all a dream.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's an episode.
I do remember that. God, I forgot all about that episode.
Remember when Ravage gets caught?
Yes, I do. She was like this alien psychic.
I want to say that's season 2, maybe. I think that might have been in season 2.
Yeah, that was one of those fucking weirdo episodes. I just chalked up to fucking
because Perceptor
fruit or something as a child.
Yeah, I think like Perceptor's in it or something, or maybe not Perceptor,
I know
but
exactly what you're talking about.
They shoot like a ray or something, and they go to another planet or something. I don't.
Well, you know what? Then that logo actually makes sense then because the Legends scale, and it's like a giant.
No, that doesn't make sense.
No, the company name makes sense. That it's was it called Magic something? Hold on, Magic Dream Toys or something.
Oh, Magic Square.
Oh, never mind. It doesn't. I thought it was Magic Dream. I'm looking up the episode to find it so I can post the link.
Right. Okay. They look good. I'm in.
Hey Matt, in the picture with the 4 robots in it, you see it?
Yep.
Do you see above where it says MS Toys on the right? You see that word in English? Can you pronounce that?
I didn't
even try.
Robadinga?
Oh, I pronounced it earlier. It was Robadubba Ding Dong.
Robadubba Ding Dong.
Robadubba Ding Dong Gang.
They got their phone number in their Weibo.com phone number.
So is this smart of them? Like a heretofore no-name company. We know someone's behind it, obviously, and I think Justin's right. I think it's Keith. But, I mean, is it smart? I mean, they must be terribly confident in their product to have... I mean, Greg says now you've got a Grapple and Inferno. We know there's a Sideswipe. You've got Sea Spray. You got Ultra Magnus. That's ballsy to pump out that many figures who aren't even released yet. without even knowing how they're received.
It's definitely doing something like that. To me, it's further indication that this is definitely a company that's established.
Has their own factory.
You know? It's not even necessarily that they have their own factory. It's just that they have the capital to do this kind of thing. You know.
Well, I think, and also it's not a big, they're not going MP scale, and they wouldn't be, these are legend class figures. They're not really pumping in a lot of money for these. These are probably cheaper to make, so they're not, if they do have a loss, it's not going to be a huge loss if they did like a big MP figure or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, even Iron Factory, they started out with just add-on kits, and then they tested the waters with the Metroplex bots. 6 gun, and Slam Tank, was that his name?
Slammer.
Slammer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Justin saying, this person obviously has their own factory.
Child's play. That's a good job, Ray.
I really think this is Keith. The sculpts are too good.
I think.
So are you in, Robert?
Keith.
Yeah, of course.
I'm in, definitely.
Oh, man.
All right. What else we got?
Did you say I'm in or I'm in?
Amen.
I said I'm in.
Okay.
I said amen. Amen. Whatever you think that means.
I feel like we know right
now. No, it could be three ways. It could be amen or oh man or I'm in.
Or it could have been all men, like your sex life.
Almond.
Exactly. Almond Joy.
Oh yeah. Almond Joy's got nuts.
It does, and coconuts.
Mounds don't.
Hey, that's how I got my fucking throat infection.
Yeah, it is.
Alrighty. So let's move on to the next piece of business we have here. We have Fans Toys. They're not dead. Or Fans Project, I'm sorry. Slip there. Let's not equate those two companies. Fans Project refuses to die, and they know how much we love classic scale toys. So here is another upgrade kit for that Ultra Magnus Classics toy that used to go for a pretty penny, but I'm assuming that you can get them pretty easy now that everybody's moved on from it.
Now all those people that didn't want to sell their Classics Magnus because he was only going for $8 when they thought they were going to retire on it, you might have your upswing.
That's true.
Maybe.
That damn Skywarp was kept everything behind, man. Nobody wanted that Skywarp.
The other thing that kind of strikes me about this is like, so what does Fans Project want you to do with that armor they sold you previously? Like, I don't know.
Oh, the first ones they put out?
Yeah, like, I mean, I feel like most people who have this toy end up having that armor. And it looks a whole hell of a lot more Ultra Magnus-y than this thing does.
I was going to say, honestly, I like the original better than this, whatever that conjunction is.
Yeah.
You know why you couldn't find that set at Target?
Why is that?
Because all the Fans Project employees came to America and Canada.
No, they did not.
Bought them all up years ago.
Stay on target.
It's like chess.
I found one. I only found one time when I got it. But I guess
I heard that set was.
I'm sorry. No, go on.
I was gonna say I heard that set was on clearance. Ironically, with a show with Robert on it, this is the first time that's happened. I heard there was. I heard they were sitting around at clearance. A lot of people got their sets on clearance. It wasn't until the Magnus armor came out that people really cared.
Yeah.
Who's Clarence?
Well, that Ultra Magnus looks like it's the reissue Ultra Magnus, with the whiter one.
Yeah.
So I guess they're using that one instead of the older one. That's not the Skyward. That's not the 2-pack one. That's the.
Hey, Matt.
What?
Matt, that Ultra Magnus you're looking at right now, it looks like shit.
Nah. Well, you know what? Breaking news. I like it. I mean, it's all right. I didn't get it, but whatever. But I don't like that add-on kit. That add-on kit looks terrible.
This looks like poor man's Cross Dimensions.
It does.
Exactly.
It looked so. I wouldn't even have bought it for Optimus, but at least it looked better on Optimus than it does on Ultra Magnus. Like, you want to ask like Fans Project, like, do you remember what Ultra Magnus looks like? Because I don't think you do. Like. It's
yeah,
just,
the Prime does look better than the Ultra Magnus one.
Yeah, I didn't have pictures of the Prime. I know it's like quote unquote new news, but we saw that a year and a half ago, and then we didn't see the blue version. That's the reason I added this one on the Prime. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, how this thing is not out yet still? Like, this thing's been, I guess not. Fansproject works super slowly, but like I remember this thing being teased like years ago now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think I saw. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have to go pee. So I have to go do a thing. Sorry. So I just wanted to just get in real quick. Shout out to Dorian from Facebook and his YouTube channel, who I think just paid like a bunch of money for a prototype not too long ago of this thing, and now all of a sudden it's actually getting a physical release for like $40.
Really? Well, that sucks. Oh well. But yeah, I think I saw a lot of people, going, "Yay, finally!" I'm like, really? I mean, is this what you was waiting on? I mean, come on.
Well, these pictures have generated big likes, like 4, 10,
like 4,
6,
5, maybe a 3-fer.
Yeah.
Oh well. If that's what you want, congrats, you win. But I think the original that was 10 years old now.
Yeah.
Looks a whole lot better, and that's not even. I mean, it's not even that great either. But it was great for its time. I remember, people were selling that shit for like $300-$400.
Wow.
You know what though? I don't actually think that this is the all-white Magnus. I'm looking at some of the other pictures. Like the bottom parts of the legs look like they're the legs of Ultra Magnus pegged into the armor stuff.
Oh, really?
And that all-white one still has like white chin, so like you can't even really use that one. It has to be the old Magnus.
Huh. Yeah, because the thighs are silver on that white Magnus.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder why they put. Well, I mean, I guess if you want to use your, if you bought that white Magnus instead of the first one that came with the 2-pack, I guess you could use that one. But I guess either one wouldn't matter. But it's still, I don't think the add-on kit really adds on to either one of them. The wheels on the bottom sticking out like that.
Yeah, no. and the wheels don't even look like they're like properly attached. It just looks like
just
very
hanging off
cheaply
of it.
made. Yeah, looks kind of KO like, like that's what I expect a KO toy to make their wheels look like.
Come on, Fansproject.
I don't know, Fansproject. It's time to go back to being Fans Hobby or whatever you're supposedly doing now.
Yeah, keep that Fans Hobby shit coming.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, one more thing. The missiles look like a little dingers from a dog when he gets horny.
Oh, God.
That's
Oh,
gross.
Matthew.
No?
And
That was too much?
Dingers from a dog. That's the name of the episode.
I think we already had that one time. I mentioned a dinger dog like that, and I think it was the headlines already.
That was dog penises.
Well,
dog penises, yes.
Now it's little dog dingers. So anyway, let's move on to some Hasbro news. Unsurprisingly, but kind of surprisingly, because I don't remember seeing anything about it. MPM-5 Barricade has kind of come up, so there's going to be a movie masterpiece Barricade, which I guess if you have Bumblebee, you should be excited for this too.
I am. I'm excited. I like Barricade. I liked him as a character, and I wish he would have got more screen time. But I'm excited for this. I really am. Even though he does have the Monkey Man arms, I'm kind of excited for this guy.
Barricade's at least one of the more interesting characters from the original movie, so like I can understand why this would be interesting to people. Does he have the old alt mode or does he have the new one? Yeah, he's got the old alt mode.
Old one, yeah.
Yeah, which is that's what looks best.
Yeah, this is from the first movie. So yeah, I really wish we had. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say the first thing I thought of when I saw all the specs, I'm like, are you just asking people to KO this?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, they're going to KO it anyways, no matter what they do.
I hope they gave it the wrong specs.
Just so they can see who's KOing. Where he's coming from.
I'm just wondering if Masterpiece is done with G1. Because all we're hearing now, I mean, the only thing we've got new is the Sunstreaker. You got the Dinobot, and you got this guy. That's all we've heard for a long, long time from Masterpiece.
Masterpiece isn't done with G1.
Okay.
We go over this all the time.
Do we?
they're spread. Well, the fandom does. They're spreading. I spend too much time on TFW these days. Justin was right, or whoever told me to stay away from that place was right. I feel like it was Justin.
I don't know.
He's always the one with the good advice.
Might have been Bobby. He doesn't go on there. I don't even go on there.
No,
either.
it was somebody that used to go on there. Okay, well, wasn't you? It was somebody that used to go on there a lot. Apparently, they're trying to use the same factories for consistency at this point, and so they're splitting up their runs between the 3 different lines. So, which is unfortunate, but G1's not done. They're just trying to get this other shit out first. Hopefully, once they get Barricade and once they get Barricade out, they realize that fucking movie masterpiece line needs to just go away.
Yeah,
and they can get back to making real Transformers like Beast Wars.
I wouldn't be upset about that.
For it. I'm excited for it.
Well, I got the quote unquote Hasbro version of the Bumblebee, and the paint flaked off everywhere, like out of the box. And then I heard there was a Takara version with different paint apps, and the same thing with the Prime. And like, it's not a bad figure, but like, I found myself like, I was just like, I'm gonna have them on my shelf just by themselves. And then I started like contemplating these like third-party movie figures, and I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers gotta go. And so I sold mine off. But I don't know. This looks cool. Like, I think he looks cool. I'm just not into the movie designs. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I feel like I just jumped in and interrupted somebody.
You just ruined the fucking show, man.
Quiet and awkward about it. I was just trying to blend back in seamlessly. I'm sorry.
I'm done for the night.
All right, fine. Bye.
Well,
the show's over.
The thing about this for me is like I liked Barricade from the original movie, but it's like I still have the quote unquote premium edition deluxe from that show or that movie, and I think it's just fine in alt mode. Like the robot mode does nothing for me. It's the alt mode that I think looks awesome.
Don't you mean we all have a premium edition deluxe?
We do. That's true.
You had the what was the Human Alliance figures were pretty good, and they were
that's not bad either.
Kind of a masterpiecious kind of a figure.
Justin, I'm sorry I cut you off. You were trying to say something. I just was trying to make a joke. I didn't mean to.
Masterpiecious.
Shut up, Robert.
No, that's all I was saying is I don't feel like there was a need for, I have no need to replace my premium edition deluxe version because the car mode is what I want it to be, So.
What about a masterpiecious though?
Masterpiecious I'd consider, but it's probably made by Wei Zhang, so I don't know.
Exactly.
Is this gonna have the frenzy gimmick?
Oh, I don't know.
As a masterpiece, I feel like it has to, but there's no guarantee that would be the case, right?
Well, hold on. Actually,
let's see.
I miss these pics. I didn't know these were out.
Is the picture with the diecast parts? Is that's got to be involved in that, right? Hold on. If not, I'll find it.
If his chest opens, I can't tell if his chest opens or not.
They certainly don't have anything listed about it, so.
Yeah.
We get it, Robert. It was funny. You don't have to keep just saying it in the background.
I thought it was funny too. It'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool if they threw that in. That'd be an added bonus, to throw in the frenzy thing. But on these pictures, you can't tell if his chest opens or not. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the red highlighted stuff, I'm assuming is diecast parts.
That's what I'm guessing too.
Doesn't look like it opens unless it flips down. How did Justin? You just said you have the premium deluxe. Is that how that works, or
on that one the front grille you would flip the bull bars down and it would eject frenzy from the bumper area.
So it could still possibly happen.
Yeah, it's possible. But it's not looking likely, to be honest with you. I feel like they also would have put that in one of these pictures, too, if he was there.
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that seems like a missed opportunity to have Frenzy shoot out a barricade on this movie masterpiece toy.
I'm with you. Alrighty, well, that's that. So let's talk about something equally interesting. Let's go ahead and tag that. Takara's Encore Fire Convoy has new sound clips, apparently, so he will say 3. I don't know if it's the old things in addition to the 3 new ones, or if it's just the 3 new ones. But he's going to basically say, and I assume that it's in Japanese, he's going to say Fire Convoy, transform.
Nice.
I'm not even going to try to say what the next one is. I'll just say the English, which is, it's alright. There's nothing impossible for the burning heart.
Oh, that's a song right there.
It's pretty hard to sleep when you have heartburn. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Can't sleep. And then clip 3 is arm ladder set on fire knuckle.
Well, that's the Iron Man pose when he does the Iron Man pose. It is the Jobu Atsusu Kokoro ne Fukuna wa na.
That's pretty good, man.
Daijobu Atsui Kokoro ni Fukano wa nai.
Does anyone find it funny that Matt and Robert's mastery of the Japanese language surpasses their mastery of basic English?
I do find that.
Or is that just
funny.
me?
I do find that funny.
Suck a dick, man. Suck a dick.
Fire knuckle!
Fire knuckle. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm glad it's got some sounds coming with it, but I'm still not paying 200.
Is that like a shocker? But in Japan, they give you the fire knuckle?
Why do I feel like the very first part of the show was better than the middle part of the show?
I'm having a great time. I'm glad you came, Robert.
Donkey punch, a fire knuckle!
Donkey punch. Oh, that's not nice.
The show's going places.
Is anybody going to get the Encore Convoy?
Typically, Matt only says that because that means it's time for him to go home.
What?
You're glad Robert came. That means you get to go home.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind leaving. I don't mind making that walk of shame. So yeah, anybody getting this Encore Fire Convoy?
You are.
Nah, I already got it. I already have.
Justin's getting it.
I already have it.
Yeah, but aren't you like the guy who loves to get the Takara repaint because of the voice stuff?
No.
Didn't you do that with your Fortress Maximus?
I did it with Fortress Maximus because I liked that particular thing, but I have no draw to the Japanese, RID. I had no choice but to watch Headmasters in Japanese. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Robert, but it's not in English. So, well, that's not true. That's not true. There's a couple episodes that are in English with
Spaceship Bruce.
Yeah, yep. And Billy, But
Omnidub is fucking life. I've said it before, I'll say it again.
It's true. That said, yeah, I didn't watch it that way. So there was a draw to have him talking in Japanese to me and playing that song. But this one, yeah, no. So I'm not in on this. I've got the yellow version and I've got the original red one, both with actual tires that haven't fallen off, so I'm happy.
Not even a good fire knuckle? No?
I don't need the fire knuckle.
Leather!
Tires are good too.
Great.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Is that your phone?
I figure that's enough to not get his fucking clip.
Yeah, I can say we can get
copyright.
Get that flag.
Oh god, my throat hurts.
So what's next?
Alrighty. Yeah, let's move on to the next thing before Robert can interrupt us again. So the next piece of news is Power of the Primes has additional artwork and images. So I guess we'll start with the first link. Let's see. There's 3 links here. So there's some possible box art here, which I don't know who's in the first picture. It looks like Alita 1.
Abomination.
Oh, Abominus. And what's the one on the right?
Abomination.
Defensor. No?
Is that Defensor? Yeah, might be Defensor. G2 Defensor.
Why would Alita 1 be a combiner?
The females are all going to... Well, no, she has Jazz as her foot. Or leg.
These are Voyager toys that will have the combiner gimmick because they're remolds. And that's Inferno, which it just looks dumb. Keep going through the. There's 3 links here. Just keep going before you talk shit, because you'll have better shit to talk when you get to the end.
No,
trust me.
The Defensor has a Dinobot as the leg too. That's awesome.
All right, so we got the next up. We got the pictures of Dreadwind or Wing. I'm not sure which one that is, and some up close pictures of Not Crasher, Pretend Jazz.
Yeah, these are just showing the accessories and how they work.
You know, so when we were talking about this, someone said that I was gonna get this Jazz for Jazz, and I'm not getting it for Jazz, but I might be tempted to pick it up just to make a Crasher custom out of it, because it's so perfect for the alt mode. Just, I don't know.
Are you gonna put that hand on there with the devil horns?
You know it. I mean, what's a GoBot without a devil horned hand accessory? So
exactly.
Yeah, no, I won't be doing that. And then we have Dinobots here, and I think Swoop looks pretty okay, but he looks like he could be a bit thick, especially when he's got a hand attached to his ass. And then whatever we're calling Slag this time. Do we know what we're calling him? I don't know.
Sluggy.
Yeah, Slug. It's Dinobot Slug again.
Okay. So
yeah, it's in the next pictures of the box or the card.
He looks pretty shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like that at all. So let's move on. What else do we have? Next links.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. So next links we've got Inferno and not Alita.
Inferno.
It is Alita.
No. They're all looking all majestic.
Okay. So there's not much to that link. We'll go on to the third link.
The medic. Who is that? All right, third link. What are we looking at? Third link. Yeah, this is the one with the bare belly girl.
So it's a baby Bjorn.
Slug. There's Slug.
Oh yeah. So okay, the medic chick who has what's going on? What does she have on her belly there? It's clearly not. Doesn't have to be there because they show the other version that it's not there. But then she's like going to I guess HasCon dressed as cosplay as movie Hound. Is that what
it's
you're trying to do?
Gimmick of the line that we've talked about. It's the armor piece that the whatever the fuck they're calling it, the Prime Master fits into. Like that's the gimmick of the line.
Gotcha. Have they not figured out that these armors look ridiculous when they just peg on the front? Like it didn't work for Power Core Combiners. It just doesn't even work here.
Get in my belly.
Yeah.
I don't think they're super worried about it. I think they just want to sell some shitty repaints. Like the next one. Like the next picture.
Yeah. I imagine you are correct.
Oh.
Jazz. You've lost your ways, Jazz.
Wait, where's Jazz? Oh God.
Yeah.
What
Picture
the fuck
10.
is that?
Which one's Jazz?
10.
He's got like a Zune on his chest.
And you got Hungar with something attaches to his arm.
Because God, that's where I have a scale. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Are they zebra or are they like leopard print or something?
Nice.
Yeah, they're leopard print.
So they went to I don't know.
Oh.
I guess they gave Dreadwing his Power Master gimmick somehow.
Well, that's good. I will be getting all of these.
Will you?
Yeah, I will.
I was talking to Matt about this earlier. I'm really surprised that none of these actually have a pre-order anywhere. Like they're due out like any time now. And
it says late 2018 in the pictures. For
I heard November was when
or 2018.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said. Did I say 14? I might have said 14.
No, you said 18.
Oh, okay.
November.
Yeah, all the deluxes say late 2018, and then the Voyagers don't have a date.
So that combined arm has 2 thumbs. Where did we see that before? Was it Toy World, Dinobots, or something?
No, is that Jetfire? The Mechaform Jetfire, wasn't it?
Something. It has 2 fucking thumbs.
They can beat you at a thumb wrestling war.
It was MMC, I think, is what you're thinking about. With the Predicate?
No, MMC.
Are you talking about where you could reverse?
Yes, it was one of the Predikings, but it wasn't MMC. It was one of the. I think maybe it was TFC. One of the Predikings had 2 thumbs exactly.
It was MMC.
No, it's not.
It is because I got a replacement fucking fist for them, and they sent me the wrong one, and it still worked.
I have the freaking Feral Rex right here. I'm looking at him. He has 1 thumb. You're talking about a different one.
He has 1 thumb, but he has 2 ball joints for it.
You have 2 ball joints.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Man, okay, so the arm gimmick has 2 thumbs, and then he's holding on tight with 2 arms up there. Tight. He's trying to hold on for dear life.
He's flexing.
Grr. Man, that's bad. Man, I'm going to love getting these, man.
Jazz
arm. That's 2 thumbs. I thought you meant reversible thumbs. But the MMC did the same gimmick, but he didn't come with 2 extra thumbs. So actually, the Hasbro in this instance is better because you actually get 2 thumbs with it.
You get 2 thumbs up too.
Polydactyly. Yeah, you can give you double thumbs up.
Who doesn't like a double thumbs up?
Apparently not Robert.
Not me. It's mocking.
It's mocking me. Okay.
Yep. So that's that. Let's.
And I thought Anthrax would keep Robert off the show, but apparently not.
It's a good try, Greg. It's a good try.
Greg is so getting this next figure.
Who would have thought he'd open an envelope in crayon marked Lawyer Man?
This says to Greg all over it.
So the next one is titled Star Wars Powered by Transformers, which is just Takara's fancy way of being like, hey, we're going to go ahead and make these Star Wars Transformers again that nobody really wanted. And we've talked about it before, at least a number of times. It's the Darth Vader.
Yeah, we have, because it seems like every week something new comes up, and these are the full color images, and this, I was hesitant to say this looks like shit last week because I was waiting, but this looks like shit. Like, nothing about this screams Darth Vader except the head and the chest, kind of, sort of.
And the lightsaber.
Yeah, I look at it, and like
fucking overgrown fucking ring pop.
Like, right off the bat, it looks like it's falling right into the same problems that the original set of Star Wars Transformers had. Like, it just doesn't look like the character. It doesn't really make sense. Like, it looks great in the alt mode, and that's where the interest in it just ends. Like, it's past that, it's kind of worthless.
Well, to be respectfully fair, Justin, I think the problem with the original Transformers, I was reading Transformers when I said that twice. Transformers Star Wars line came out, was there wasn't a high-pass set of movies going on at the same time. And so it was kind of missed. It kind of missed the point with kids. But now that there's Transformers and Star Wars going on...
Right, we can cash in on that, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to try it again.
I agree. We'll see. I don't think it's going to turn out much better. I don't have any real high hopes for this. But
spoilers for the last... What'd you say, Matt?
It does look like a big ring pop.
Oh, I thought you just said that. Like it looks like. I thought you said that like it looks like a giant ring pop. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Spoilers for The Last Jedi, but I think Darth Vader's going to show back up as a TIE fighter.
I agree. Kylo's going to be all like, I needed your power again, so I built you as a TIE fighter, and put the helmet into it. I'm calling it
Anakin built C-3PO. What's the 2 yellow? Are those lightning or something on his forehead? What is that?
That's his Power Ranger power.
Yeah, clearly the fact that Darth Vader's mask is all black wasn't visually interesting enough for Takara here, so we gotta add some.
I bet that's where the diecast parts are.
Probably.
All right, moving along for that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah. So,
we're done.
That's it. That's all we got.
I want to say
good night, folks.
Good night.
Before we move on, MP Collector, we're gonna save your
Well, y'all want to save it since Robert here, or y'all want to let Bobby? We'll let Bobby. Right. We're gonna save your question. Don't send us another one next week. We're gonna save this one because it's really good, and I want to hear everybody's take on it, if you don't mind.
Well,
okay,
he hasn't answered, so I think it's okay. So.
Okay, Bobby. Okay, good. But we do have some other questions, and I did reach out to y'all, and thank y'all very much for the questions y'all sent in tonight. We'll try to get to most of them. I don't know if we'll get to answer all of them, but we'll get to, because we got quite a few in there today. There's some easy ones in there too. So.
All right.
But we got to answer Chris. We got to answer Chris's question. I think it's been a while since we.
Yeah, Greg, you want to read it, or you want me to read it?
Sure. Let's keep the tradition going of someone that's not the host reading the questions. So, this question is from Chris.
Parker.
Thanks for throwing his name out there, Matt. Now we're going to get sued. I'm resending this again since you guys forgot to answer my last email. Smiley face emoji. Hope all is well. Just wanted to ask a few questions. Looking forward to your discussion with real chemistry where you don't talk over each other. Well, you picked the wrong fucking podcast to ask questions about that. Number one, let's talk paint. Bobby Skullface has made it clear in his many reviews how much of a premium he places on paint. Does everyone else share that sentiment? What would you consider the best third-party release out there? That would have been perfect. Oh, that would have been perfect, but just had no paint. Are there other deal breakers for you guys that determine whichever, I'm assuming that means, third-party products you buy and what you pass up on? This question's worded really weird. It doesn't flow very well.
There's a lot of ellipses in there.
Yeah, come on, man. You can do better than that. We're dumb.
Come on,
so basically,
man.
he's saying, so Bobby said something about paint. Bobby said something about paint in all his reviews. Does anyone else agree with that?
So, I understand what Bobby is saying with that. I think in some cases I do expect a lot of paint, and then there's other times I don't. It largely depends on the color of whatever for me. Like, I would rather just nice, white plastic versus some shitty applied white paint, So I don't always complain about paint, but I do agree that paint does tend to make things look more premium, and paint's the kind of thing that for fun I would end up painting some of my deluxe toys and stuff like that to kind of bring them out and make them more interesting to look at. But I expect more on a masterpiece toy, so it is disappointing to an extent when it's not there.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say one of the examples. So that TFC Laster, the yellow Lamborghini they did, I have no problems with the lack of paint in the robot mode because there's so many visually interesting things going on. But then when you look at the car, it looks like a cheap knockoff Lamborghini. They really should have done something more with that. And I don't think it's painted. I'm pretty sure it's not painted. Your masterpiece Tiger Tracks, which he at least looks better in Lamborghini mode than Laster. So
or your Omnigonics.
Or the Omnigonics, yeah.
Damn.
So what would you consider the best third-party release out there, Justin, that would have been perfect, but just had no paint?
I don't know. That's tough.
Jetfire.
Well, see, but that's the thing. Jetfire doesn't bother me with his lack of paint. The fact that he's a nice white shiny plastic is just fine with me. I guess maybe Perceptor. Maybe you could have done some more paint stuff on the Fans Toys Perceptor. But I mean, it's really a hard question because I don't know what the best one out there that needs that. The only thing it's missing is paint, because I feel like a lot of them are missing something else too. So, how about someone else?
I was about the paint. I do like paint on it, but I think if it has good tempo stickers on it, I think that really helps it a lot. And I like that now. I've noticed a lot of third party and actually Hasbro stuff have been putting stickers like that on them, on their figures, and I think it looks good. But I don't know. And as far as the second one, Jetfire for me probably. I think that needed more paint, and I think maybe Omega. I haven't opened mine up yet, but I'm sure it probably could use a little more paint. I've heard, but I don't know as far as my favorite one. Robert?
I think in terms of the best figure that would have been perfect with paint is MMC's Trailbreaker. I mean, I like it as it is, but I understand if it had more paint, it would be really great. But I mean, I like, look, there can be too much paint. Like, the more paint you have, the more likelihood there is of scratching, which is like, you can't just cover the thing in paint. I like paint. I like nice highlights. Like, I don't like seeing a lot of detail without any highlights. So I think well-placed paint is better than just a whole lot of paint.
Yeah, Inferno and Grappel had issues with that. They were all painted, and it just, you could tell where it scratched up real bad sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I think.
What about you, Greg?
I'm sorry to cut you off, Greg. I thought of an answer for the which toy I think would have been even better with paint. Like the Fans Toys Dinos, because one of them has a painted red chest and the others don't, and like that red chest looks really nice compared to just the red plastic. Not a deal breaker, but it would look that much better if they were all painted.
It's a good choice.
Well, I'm looking actually. Well, hold on. I don't care if it's executed well. I don't care if there's not a lot of paint for the most part. It just really kind of depends on the toy. Like, I think I'm looking at my shelves right now. I think that Bad Q Pipes could have used some paint, but he could have used a lot of things. So I don't know. I mean, I think it really just depends, like, on the toy. I think that Fans Toys Jetfire could have stood to have a coat, and the only reason I say that is because, like, a lot of their other stuff tends to have that finish, and that one didn't, and I don't really think that would have really added or subtracted from the cost that much, whether they did it or not. But then that being said, I'm sitting here actually looking at Grinder because he's on the table, and he's got all sorts of paint apps inside of the wings. And I don't know if anyone's noticed that before. Like, there's black and silver and gold, or red and blue, and I think some of that paint could have been used in other spots a little bit more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Than on the inside of the fucking wings, where you wouldn't expect to have that paint anyway. And I don't, and I'm with Justin. I don't think there's any third-party release that, like, paint apps were a make-or-break deal with me. I just don't think. I think anything that didn't have or had too much paint had other issues.
I'm
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We're not done until you're done.
No, I just want to say, one thing I like about paint, I like that it breaks up the sculpt. I've mentioned that a couple times on my reviews, that I love a breakup of, where the arm is and where the leg is. I know everybody knows where it is, but I like what paint is, and it breaks up the mold, everything. So, sorry, go on.
Breaks up the sculpt. Are there any other deal breakers for you guys that determine whichever third-party products you buy and which you pass up on?
I don't like swirly plastic. It bothers me. I don't know why.
I like swirly plastic.
Seems cheap.
I don't have any deal breakers really. I mean,
do you own Fans Toys Grinder?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got swirly plastic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So does Toy World. The Toy World, the gray bits are swirly plastic as well. It makes me unhappy.
I will say for me, a deal breaker is, like any of those toys that just can't survive a transformation. Like ones that just are poorly engineered. Like I I can't, like, I'm not going to risk that. Like, I'm not the type of person who just takes something and sits it on the shelf. Like, I like to flip it back and forth,
Same here.
Yeah, that's good.
Matt?
All right. No, I buy everything, so y'all know that.
All right, so he's got another question. I enjoyed your... Wait, let me read this before I read it out loud. I want to make sure I use the right inflection. So I enjoyed your coverage of all the HasCon releases in the last episode. I was making them. Particularly that of the new Dinobot combiners. So I wanted to ask your resident lawyer, Robert D., what are my chances of suing Hasbro for stealing my idea of a Velociraptor Dinobot slush that I came up with over 10 years ago? Well, I don't want to speak for Robert D., but I think your chances of suing them for that is about as high as the chances of someone else suing you for stealing the same joke they made 30 times on Facebook. But anyway, Robert, do you have some thoughts on that?
Who is this saying that they came up with a Dinobot slash?
To be fair, I think if we had answered this question when he asked it like a month and a half ago, it would have been a little bit more. That joke would have been a little bit more relevant time-wise.
MP Collector says this? This is his question?
No, it's Chris.
MP Collector.
Chris who?
Chris Parker.
Doesn't matter who it is, Robert. Answer the question. Prima Donna.
Look,
Prima Donna.
It's complicated because, sure, you retain copyright the moment you put an idea into a tangible medium of expression. But, is your idea a fucking Autobot? It ain't your idea. You're making a derivative work of their property. So it's like calling the cops because someone stole your fucking weed. Not unless it was a totally unrelated to Transformers transforming robot you created that they stole, and then maybe you'd have a grievance. But I think if not, you've got unclean hands.
I typically call it not a cop when someone steals my weed.
Yeah, I would go to not a cop.
Man, that fart stank.
I would go to not a cop. But it's complicated. If your transforming robot infringed on their trademark, and on, of being a Hasbro product, you've got a problem already. You would hate for them to counterclaim against you, for what you did. So that's something that could definitely happen.
Well, did you click the link after that in the questions where he posted pictures of his CGI Dinobots he made?
Let me see.
Ooh.
Which, funny enough, he actually made his own versions of the. No, I'm no expert, but he started off with a Grimlock and a Slag. So I think if anything, well, I don't know. He kind of started off infringing their IP, and then went on with his own.
He certainly wouldn't own the idea of having a transforming Velociraptor. It would have to be a copy of his design for him to even start with some type of, I think, position. He was like, you stole my design, not, I'm the one who designed I own all transforming Velociraptors. If it was that black and white, then, third-party companies would really be, thrown for a loop.
Now, hold on. Then he goes to say, think I have a case? Ha ha. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But nice to know I beat them to the punch. But if they ever came up with an Ankylosaurus named Slam, then I'll know they've been snooping around my website. So we effectively just wasted 5 minutes of Robert's time.
No, look.
I like that command mode, man.
The whole point of copyright law is to encourage the creation of creative works, right? While inspiring others to come up with their own creative works, but protecting the creative works of people who have already had ideas. So if you came up with your own transforming Velociraptor, which kind of has the color scheme of a Dinobot, which can cause you trouble, potentially, right? If you're going to go down that rabbit hole, that doesn't preclude inspiring a designer, if they even did see this, from saying, that's a great idea. I'm going to come up with one. You know? It's not the idea itself isn't what's protected. It is what you've rendered into a tangible medium of expression. That's what's protected.
Hey,
so that'll be $500.
So it's so you're saying it's more like a, and I don't direct this to Chris particularly, but I see this pop up a lot. So it's almost like it's a sense of entitlement to the fans. Like they because of third party, they feel like that if they come up with an idea for a new Transformer, they can automatically say, oh, if Hasbro does something like this, and Chris was obviously joking. Once again, to reiterate, so this isn't anything about Chris, but I've seen people make the same comment over and over and over and over and over since the show. It's like, well, I thought of a female Dinobot when I was 7. But it's not your realm. Like I think with third party stuff, people have gotten a little fuzzy on what intellectual property and all that stuff is. And so, I mean, would you agree or disagree that like a lot of the stuff that people are saying now is just kind of a product of them thinking they have a little bit more free reign or ownership over Transformers as a property than they actually do? Does that make sense? Did I phrase that properly? Because sometimes when I make
people are getting bigger balls.
Well, I think people just think that there's a little bit more fan ownership over things than there really are.
Yeah, people
or a
don't
little
really
less
understand. I
ownership.
think the issue is you've got a lot of keyboard lawyers. They think they know what intellectual property is, and they throw the term around a lot, and they really don't know diddly.
Robert, people were saying keyboard lawyers on TFW like last year.
That's okay.
I
didn't just say coin the term.
You're about to get a C&D.
But yeah, exactly. They don't get it. So people, it's very fuzzy. And there wouldn't be a big field if it was so clear cut.
Speaking of something that's a little fuzzy with a big field that's clean cut.
Your crotch?
Are you hanging on after the show?
Me, no. I'm hanging up as soon as I can.
Oh.
I'm gonna go deep throat some lemon.
Hey, Chris, I just want to say this monstrous, whatever. It looks pretty good. It's not bad, dude.
Mantras?
Yeah, that's combined mode.
Oh,
it's not bad. He's a little thick, but it's not bad. I like it.
All right.
These Iron Factory limbs are fucking solid. Very nice, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I like it. Looks pretty good.
Let's see. Oh, look at all these questions we have all of a sudden out of nowhere. Justin Christian says...
Wait. You didn't finish this last one. The Battle Royale situation.
Oh, is this the same... Are you sure this is the same Chris?
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah, it's all the same.
Well, it says Chris, and then it has another question, and it says Chris Parker.
Oh, okay, that might be a different Chris, but then there's another one.
Is Chris Parker Canadian or British?
I have no idea, man.
Well, because he spelled humor with a U, so he's either Canadian or British. So that's how we can differentiate. He said, "Well, okay, in the battle royale situation, who of the Shattercast crew is the first over the top rope, and who stands alone at the end? Discuss."
Oh, this is easy.
Robert's gonna be the last one.
No.
Because Robert's gonna fucking hide behind the ambulance.
No, Bobby's over first because he's the smallest of everyone. We'll just pick him up, throw him over. Matt will be the one standing at the end because he'll be just glued to the ground like that superhero. The supervillain.
I'm not aware of a superhero called
the supervillain. What's his name? The Blob? The immovable force?
That's actually your thing. I think you're thinking of the Juggernaut, the unstoppable force.
No, the Blob. You can't move him. Matt has a very low center of gravity. When I first saw Matt at TFCon Charlotte, I charged him and hugged him, and I fucking flew off him. He's like a wall.
Oh, whatever.
Matt ain't moving. So I'll probably just quit. I'll throw Bobby over and then jump out because I thought it was funny throwing him out. And then you and Justin, Greg and Justin will slap fight. And then Greg will poke Justin in the eye, and then Justin will get pissed off and leave, and then pull Greg out cheating wise, and then leave Matt standing there. That's what I think would happen.
Slap fight.
It's a,
So anyway,
pretty interesting take.
It was.
So he goes on to say, thanks again, guys, for humoring me. Keep up the solid work. Chris.
Thank you.
So from Chris Parker, who may or may not be the same Chris, because now I'm even confused. With so many options available, who is currently your G1 cast? And is that version your placeholder for something else? I think this is I don't know if we can answer this, because that means we have to individually go through our G1 collections. So
let's just say yes.
Yeah, yes. Okay. So
Exactly.
Justin Christian asked, how do you guys feel about the rumors surrounding third-party companies repacking and selling their toys as KOs for a cheaper cost? This is new to me. Also, is there any reason to believe these rumors are true? Interested to hear your thoughts on this, as we will also be discussing this week. Thanks.
So we actually talked about this a little at Skullfest. It's on the thing there. Basically, and Greg, I think you might be aware of this, and I think it's pretty confirmed at this point that Make Toys has that couple of knockoff that came out is actually legitimate product that they've just gone ahead and re-released again at a different price point.
I've heard things about that, but not that it was an official product. I've heard that that Make Toys was making knockoffs. So, have there been any because I haven't watched any of those videos. I've been too busy this week. So are there any comparisons, or is this just? I mean, it's just a rumor, or are there actual comparisons to back this up? I'm just curious. I'm not asking accusingly wise. I'm asking
sure.
Honestly,
I honestly don't know all the details. I've only heard of it as well, so I'm not the best one to answer that. But
I mean, is it people online going KO? The KO is just as good as the official, like they do with Takara, or I don't know.
They're talking rumors of companies such as Make Toys repackaging Giant and then selling it as a KO, just to move their stock without diluting the value of their name. So that they can still charge their premium rate for their own releases, but then get rid of their overstock stuff.
That sounds like a really odd strategy to me, but that's just me.
Well,
I have no proof of it. I think it's all rumor. So
yeah,
it's all fucking rumor. That's it.
We work in the company I work for primarily does autographs and things like that, and we do officially licensed photographs for. I almost said photographs for the local college here in Columbus, Ohio, and we have a lot of shit that's just sitting around, but I don't think we would ever list it as a fake autograph or a knockoff photo just to move our stock. But that's just me, so I don't know. Things in China are weird. I don't know.
I mean, if you were selling, but I guess they wouldn't be fake. But if you label them as fake, I mean, I don't know. That would ruin. That would hurt your company. I mean, that could come back to haunt you. But I mean, if y'all started selling fake autographs, I mean, that could bankrupt somebody.
Yeah, I just don't understand the logic behind that. This is I don't know. I mean, I can see where it comes from, but I don't know. Because on one side you're saying they don't want to lower the value of their own product, but if they're putting their own product in a fake box, with a fake name, and selling that's promoting the whole idea of I'll just wait for the knockoff, quote unquote, at a lower price. Mm-hmm. You're getting the same thing.
Yeah, it would honestly just be better if you just went ahead and drop the price on yours. Be transparent about it. Be like, hey, got some extras. We're just trying to get rid of them. Here they are.
Or you did like Make Toys does, and 4 years later you sell Giant for $200 at TFCon.
The TFC did their stuff. They got. I mean, that wasn't TFC. That was probably BBTS and all that stuff. when they had that big TFC sale.
Oh yeah, that'd be BBTS that did that.
Okay.
It's all rumor. It's all just rumors. So to go beyond that point, it's just pure speculation. It's so baseless, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think it's happening. I think it's just speculation. Just till there's proof out there, I don't believe it.
You know? What's the point?
All right, next question. Thank you, Justin. JC, Catfish.
Yule says, has third party finally slowed down now that everyone's MP collection is finally near completion?
No.
Yeah, I don't. This is another one I don't understand.
I don't think third party slowed down.
I think he means like G1 wise. Like if the season 1, 2, and 3 are almost done, does that mean third party slowing down? But official releases aren't certainly not near completion for G1, right?
I don't think third party slowed down at all. I mean, just recently this month and last month, I mean, shit had been coming out, a lot. Right before TFCon, there was a lot of shit came out, So I don't think third party slowed down at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you're not seeing, like, you're seeing sporadic, like, not G1 third party issues. Like you're seeing not the companies that are making non G1 releases are companies like Make Toys, Alien Attack, which has been linked to Keith. Takara is doing it, but these are companies that are still putting out G1 stuff at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So if nothing else, I think third parties are ramping up their game to accommodate the fact that a lot of people are finishing up their G1 collections.
Yeah.
Now you got Perfect Effect. They're attacking Beast Wars, Then you got and Make Toys is going their own direction.
That company that makes the dinosaurs that go in Easter baskets at Walmart. They're ramping up they're ramping up their beast stuff.
Yeah, the company that makes rulers
and erasers.
Oh, Fans Toys?
Yeah.
Fans Toys.
They make squeaky toys. Fans Toys make squeaky toys. Didn't you know that? Oh, by the way, that SXS Hot Flame is squeaky. It's funny. Everybody, it was Justin, Catfish, and another reviewer that I saw, a fabulous, wonderful reviewer who reviewed it. He also, both people mentioned they were afraid that the joint was going to break just because it was squeaking. I got to call bullshit on that. There was no fear that it was going to fucking break. It was just squeaking. And that was just like, come on, over the top. All right, we get it. You don't like the figure. Jesus.
Yeah, Fans Toys had done that.
Ooh.
Fans Toys did do that, though.
Fans Toys.
They do with all their stuff.
What, Justin, do you have anything to add to this?
No, I don't think that.
Okay, let's move it on, because we've been on the call for 45 minutes now. No. Yeah, we've been on for about an hour and a half, so we still got time.
Yep.
Daniel McClung. Given the geopolitical... Oh, Jesus Christ. Given the geopolitical climate and changing opinions and options regarding foreign governments, if had to pick just one color, what would it be? Okay, so your answer is you're cut off. Paul Chu, are you or your family dressing up for Halloween?
Not mine. No. Justin?
Yeah, we're going to something at the zoo, so we're dressing up the little.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So,
Robert?
I was distracted by two complaining children. Which question are we on?
Are you dressing up for Halloween?
Is yes.
What?
Are you or your family dressing up for Halloween?
I would. I got my children some costumes today, and my moving mouth gorilla mask scares the shit out of my 2-year-old, so I can't do that. My Optimus Prime voice changing helmet scares the shit out of my 2-year-old, and I can't wear that. and I thought about getting a moving mouth unicorn head, and it's very creepy looking. And I thought, you know what, fuck it, I can't get it because it's gonna scare the shit out of my 2-year-old. So I'm probably not gonna dress up, which really sucks.
You know what? I forgot to mention something I got this week. I got the Spirit Halloween Proton Pack. I was reminded of this because it scares the shit out of my kid. He just looks at it with pure terror whenever it makes any noise. So, yeah.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay for a $60 Proton Pack. I'm gonna be dumping more money into it to actually make it like sound and light accurate, and then probably figure out a way to put the Maddie Collector wand on it, even though it's too big. But it'll be better. It's not bad for the cost, though.
Right. Are y'all dressing up?
Yes, as a closed front door with a porch light off.
Oh, that's not nice.
It's a good.
You're gonna dress up as a closed front door?
Yeah, with the porch light off, because I'm not giving out candy. I'm done with that shit.
Candy is such a racketeering thing. Like, you know, it's like you go to the store and they're like, this is gonna cost you like $40 for these 200 pieces, and then, you know, like the day after Halloween it's like $1.50. Like, really?
Yeah, that's true.
I went to Costco the other day, got a giant bag of candy. No kids ring the bell. I just got it to be a fat fuck.
The thing about that. Thanks for talking during my time, Robert.
You got it.
The thing about that is no amount of money will wash away that sadness of sitting in the corner eating all that candy the very next day. So it's like every time we tried to buy candy in advance, no kids would come around. And like Robert just interjected, you buy candy and then like they don't. You buy candy and they don't come around, and then when you do buy candy, nothing. Like they cross.
Oh no, I bought this. I bought this candy knowing that no kids ring my bell.
Oh yeah, you're just a fat fuck.
Yeah, I'm just like, ooh, where's the Reese's peanut butter cups in here?
Yeah, I buy candy. I don't blame it on kids. And then another Daniel McClung. Is it a common joke to ask? Where do you see third party in 5 years? But where do you see Hasbro and Takara in 5 years?
I'm sure that Transformer or Hasbro will still be putting out some product. I hope it doesn't go the route of G.I. Joe, where people just kind of lose interest in it and, you know, it dies off. Yeah, I'm sure it's still going to be there. But I think that like you're just going to progressively see things get smaller and more cheaply made every time. I think it's going to be hard to find a good Hasbro product 5 years from now. So.
Now, do you think that holds true to Masterpiece? As far as Takara?
You know, I mean, with Takara Masterpiece, you know, honestly, I kind of think it is, because I feel like we've seen some shortcuts taken by Takara as of late, too. I don't feel like they're necessarily putting out the same product they were putting out before. So.
No, I disagree about that on the MPN stuff. I think the MPs will be fine. I do see the main lines. I think they'll, you know, they've slowly digressed since those classics came out in mid-2000s. They have slowly, you know, gone to the waffles and holes and stuff and everything. So, yeah, I can see that main line, but I don't see the Masterpiece going that way.
They need some type of, they need to, you know, take a drink from the fountain of youth. They need something to revive the fiction somehow. You know, maybe how many movies are coming out?
They got 2. They got Bumblebee coming out. They got 6 and 7, I think, slated also.
Well, those will all be lines, obviously. You know, what's weird to me is how, you know, Combiner Wars, Titans Return, Power of the Primes. It's just like, you know, it's so fast. I mean, I'm not accustomed to it. It's just one year after the other. Boom, boom, boom. All these characters. And so many of them just being pumped out. It's really a lot to me. I can't imagine they keep doing that based on the same old. I mean, they're obviously trying to create new fiction, but I don't know. Oh my God, my kids are in my face. I don't really I don't think the fiction really is doing the trick. I think people are collecting these lines just because they're collectors. Oh my God, kids, go inside. Go inside.
Let me ask this question. Do y'all think that
my 8-year-old is burping in the 2-year-old's face on purpose, and the 2-year-old is just pissed off?
We hear it. We hear it. We don't need the commentary.
Would y'all like a new fiction, like a new cartoon with new characters, not with the main characters like we've always had, like Optimus, Megatron, Starscream? Do you think it would revamp Transformers if they went with a new cartoon with other fictional characters?
I feel like you need to have those cast of characters. That said, like, I'm not opposed to them doing something like they did with like Transformers Prime, or animated, like make it interesting. But I do feel like you just need the characters.
So they need to do something like Prime again, because I think that really helped Transformers a lot.
I agree, and the one thing about Transformers Prime versus what you have now is like the toys, felt like they were better created. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that, what you're getting now is just hollow pieces of crap, and previously Transformers was something special.
Yeah, it was the early 2000s, mid 2000s. And I think it starting off with the animated. Them were some good toys. They have some good. It's not all great, but there are some really good, characters, and the toys in the animated line was good.
You're right. They could finish animated. That's something that's why did they not finish that? Why?
Is that classic 3-season thing, and then I think there was some kind of issue with Cartoon Network, and it just didn't happen.
I don't get it, because that was good. Oh my God, she's singing "Happy Birthday." I'm just gonna have to mute.
One of the things that I always loved about animated was the fact that the toys transformed like they did in the show. So what you saw was how they worked. That was so well done. Transformers hasn't really done that since.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
All right.
We got any questions, or are we done for the night?
I think Greg triggered. He's all quiet now. Thanks a lot, Matt.
How do you figure I triggered?
Okay, he didn't trigger.
I definitely was not. Let's see. Let me find one that's not by Paul.
Because you hate him?
Let's see. I don't know if that's a good one for right now. Maybe. Oh, there's him again.
Damn, there's a lot of questions. Holy moly.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to pick an appropriate one.
Let's do Bobby Boucher, the last one.
That's what I was about to do. If you went on an overseas holiday, where would you go? I thought he was missing a word there. I never realized that he was foreign. And who would you go with? A group of friends, a friend, or your other half of yourself? I would definitely take the other half of myself if I went anywhere.
Just like an upper torso with a trail of guts.
If it was like Alexandria, Virginia, or Texas, or Camp Crystal Lake, I might would take half myself. But no, I know what he means. I personally, I would love to go. I'd like to go out west to the desert area, because that's one place I've never been.
Hey, dumbass. He said overseas.
Oh, overseas. Oh, okay, dumbass. I'm sorry. Well, to be fair. Well, actually, to be fair,
Greg wants to pass over some seas of sand. It's fair.
Well, to be fair, he's a foreigner, so pretty much anything in his context related to us is an overseas vacation.
I knew you were going to say that.
So,
sorry, I couldn't help. I had to do it, Greg.
I know you can't help but ruin the show every time you're on. I know.
Where would you go? You want to go out west?
Yeah, just somewhere southwest. I've never been out that way.
It's beautiful. Arizona? It's beautiful. It's like Mars. I mean, it really is. It's breathtaking how, like, I went there when I was in college. I went out to Tempe for 6 weeks, and it's really wonderful. I mean, seeing it's so alien, seeing greenery growing out of rocks that are rusting. Knowing that if you ran in any direction, you could probably get killed by the wildlife. It's all very humbling and beautiful. Alrighty then.
I guess if he means over where he is, man, I don't know. There's nowhere over there I really want to go right now. I guess just because Robert, just because you brought it, you corrected me, rightfully corrected me. I would say, stop hogging the blankets, Robert. I would, man, I don't know. I don't know of anywhere I really want to go overseas.
I know where you want to go.
Where?
Paris.
What?
Yeah, but yeah.
Croissant.
Let's eat a croissant by the Eiffel Tower. I can see Greg wearing a beret.
I'd like to go to Japan. I'd like to go to Japan.
Okay, let's just stop Greg from speaking. He still hasn't worked it out, Matthew.
Actually, I wasn't speaking. You were speaking at that point. Japan just seemed a little cliche. You know where I want to go? I want to go to North Korea. There, I answered. All right.
You really want to be able to see the stars at night.
I want to witness the man with an asshole. Where would you go, Robert? Since you're so talkative.
Well, Matthew said Japan. Matthew,
I'd like to go Italy too.
Would you dress up like a samurai while you were in Japan, Matthew?
A fat samurai? Girl.
I would like to go to Italy as well and see my roots, see some of Europe. Mm-hmm. Yes, I would. I think that's
you would like Germany. I love Germany. I wish I would have got to go around more places, but I didn't get to because I was out in the field a lot. But Italy was one of my things I wanted to go see. But hopefully I'll get to go one of these days. I'd like to go see Italy.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see. I have family in Naples. I have family in Austria. I have family in Ireland. I have family in Slovenia. I'd love to go see all those places. I'm gonna throw this kid out the window. Oh my God.
Where's Justin? Justin, where would you like to go?
Well, I'd like to go back to Japan. Japan was an awesome trip when I went there. I'd love to go to Australia. I think Australia would be a pretty cool place to visit. Probably not the dangerous places, just like the major tourist attraction areas of Australia is good enough for me. So.
Yeah. Mute your mic. God damn, man. Yeah. So, thank you, Bobby Boucher.
Bobby's saying that because I think he recently went to Italy. We saw some photos posted from Italy. Oh my Lord! She's yelling shut. She wants to watch water slides on YouTube.
Oh my God!
Water slides on YouTube.
I think we're done with this episode.
Like Great Lodge slides.
Like a Gundam tutorial, or like actual water slides.
Like GoPro video of people shooting down water slides.
Why don't you take your family on vacation? Not to Bobby's house or TFCon, and they can actually experience a water slide firsthand.
They're so spoiled.
Waffles or pancakes? That comes from Adam Jacobs. I think that can be our last question. I prefer waffles, actually. Well, no, I take that back. I prefer fluffy-ass pancakes, but if I have to go with frozen, I do Belgian waffles. Justin, you're a man of taste. Waffles or pancakes?
I like waffles because I can just make them quick. Those nice Eggo waffles you can just toss in the toaster. So
what about the frozen pancakes, though?
Yeah, I never really liked them. I like fresh pancakes, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Robert.
Ah, man.
You got kids.
I can't eat that crap, but usually when they'll eat pancakes, not waffles. You know, I like making pancakes. I just don't like eating them because I just that just ends. Yes, honey, they're buttery and good, but it ends my day early. I am on the couch, good. And that's you know, my daughter's like, they're so buttery and good.
Yeah.
But I
you
am done.
You don't have to eat 40 of them.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, you really don't there, Andre. Matt.
Did you just call me Andre the Giant?
Yes, I did. Matt.
Pancakes.
I think the better question is Butterworth's or actual maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
Maple.
Yeah. Maple.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the best extra $4 you'll ever spend.
Yeah. They got I found some light syrup in my refrigerator. I was like, get this shit out of here. What is that?
That tastes like garbage.
I hope you bought a new refrigerator.
I didn't burn it down.
Buy a new refrigerator because that was in there.
For some reason, Belisa bought light syrup one time. I was like, what the fuck is this? Ugh.
Mrs. Saccharinworth.
Y'all still do. Never mind. I was going to say, y'all still do steak burn-ins down there in Arkansas, don't you?
Nah, sometimes. If it's a good Saturday night, if it's nice and chilly, around 70 degrees.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps us up.
On that note,
Justin, you want to take us out of here there, buddy?
Yeah, we're on various places. You can find us online. So I think we're out.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and play Robert's thing right here.
Shoutouts to Cool Table Network, ROC, Edges Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, and Wigs.
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now.
Shut the fuck